Oh my gosh, we're back and finally, man, I had to hit a lot of ending turn. Caesar, I guess, built the UN and won or Monty did, I forget who. Caesar did, and I voted for Monty, so Monty won the election. They forced through a couple of idiot resolutions, actually only environmentalism. Didn't really make a difference because I'm starving anyway because global warming is annihilating everything in the world, turning it all to desert. Which is really only a slight downgrade from our initial starting land. But that's besides the point. After mashing end turn a ton of times, the Americans finally managed to take these two junker cities, and they made some headway by nuking the bejesus out of Victoria and landing a couple here too. But as you can see, some time has passed. It is now turn 381, and so I've been mashing end turn for quite a while. And anytime a city was taken, I checked to see if the AI would now be willing to capitulate. And as of now, or 1981 did I say? It's turn 381, 1961, okay. As of this turn, Kushan's and this city here fell, and so finally he's willing to capitulate, and we're going to take it. And I'm curious where this city is more than anything else. I'm going to accept it. Sorry buddy, can't gift your cities back because you suck. Oh, here it is. That's where this was. Well, I can give you this one back. No, I can't. Okay, open borders with me. I'll get one trader out with you. And yes, Victoria instantly renounces protection and will instantly be willing to capitulate herself. And I don't want your stinking city. Tundra hell crap. And okay, finally! I'm probably the most tech-poor person in the game, though Shaka is. Shaka has been doing nothing this whole time. That's because Shaka's kind of been relegated to very, very much irrelevance. But everyone else has been fairly relevant. Monty's been nuking people. Even Caesar's been nuking people. I don't know where he got them. But he's certainly been launching them because I've been watching it happen. And I just didn't want to cast that anymore. It was taking so long. Where was Caesar getting his uranium? Nothing to gain. Yeah, he certainly has it, and he's certainly been firing nukes off. I assure you that much. That's really curious now. Oh, he flipped it off Mehmed, apparently. Okay, well that works. And did Mehmed have another source? So they basically just switched off who had nukes. And it went to the guy with more production, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. So yeah, I mean, despite Julius Caesar having, what, 177% of my land and 200% of my pop, Montezuma has, 194% of my pop, has more land than me. Lincoln has more land than me. Well, Victoria is obviously not going to, and neither is Joao, because they got their butts kicked. And Mehmed only has, more land, more than half the land and pop. But yeah, apparently what I saw in that in that game on the forum is accurate. When you capitulate the AI, as long as you don't mistreat it in any way, it won't break free. It'll break free from other AI, but apparently it won't break free from humans who treat it well and gift cities back. So, with the massive... and I'd never... I've tested it before, but never to this extent, I guess. So, yeah, massive vassal trolling is very slow, but it can be kind of funny. And, I probably would have been better off just keeping the cities and building up a larger force of nukes along with submarines, really hitting Joao everywhere at once. That would have probably been a bit faster. But this was amusing, watching the AI slaughter itself. And certainly, I was able to get a lot out of my vassals this game. No one really pushing space that hard after the one guy going there got destroyed. Caesar would never have made it because after stealth I'd be like, hey, why don't you research future tech? And he would stay there forever. So that would be fine. And everyone else would just follow the same path. No one would ever get the spaceship tech ever. Except for me, maybe. After a very, very long time. And yeah, it is production automated because this empire is trashed. But it doesn't matter because you know what? We've reached a conclusion. I win! And not only did I win, I didn't wind up reloading, I didn't wind up going into World Builder to give myself workers or anything. This was a completely legit start to finish playthrough. Which is amazing because this map's kind of hellish and ridiculous, and I'm sure the deity players will beat it, but I think some people who normally win it Immortal might trip up on this map if they make a mistake. I certainly could have made a mistake at a few junctures and decided to go for caution over other things. And that put me in a bind because I had to claw my way back and fight some very superior enemy forces. But it didn't matter because the AI is stupid and bad at war. So we abused that to no end and took a conquest victory. Yes. Congratulations on the conquest, quote-unquote, victory, where you only have a tiny shred of the world's total land. But because they're vassals, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think this was pretty huge. And a lot of people's success or failure will hinge on their ability to handle Shaka, Montezuma, and Julius Caesar early in the game. Inadvertently, I denied him metal for quite some time until he researched ironworking. And with that hill city keeping me alive against Montezuma and Shaka basically the whole game, that made a big difference. The only other way out of this I can think of is to just rush them with Chokanus because they don't have any early horse. So, but I didn't know that. I mean, I could have discovered it earlier, but by then I'd already committed to the build I did, which honestly worked. I mean, if I'd been paying better attention, I could have beaten Lincoln to liberalism. That would have helped me a lot. I would have been able to field a much larger force of rifles, maybe rip some chunks out of more AI, and had a much less dicey situation later. So those kinds of little mistakes can make a big difference. But I got away with it here because of the power of draft rifles and cannons. And man, did that ever shine against Julius Caesar. Tanks. Tanks, infantry, marines against rifles, cannons, and airships. And the rifles, cannons, and airships win. Yeah, there we go. Draw build space elevator like an idiot because that wonder blows. And he also gets owned by basically everyone else in the world, nuking him. So amazing. This was a slow game. It took me a long time. Part of that's because I was recording. Part of that's because it just took long in absolute turns. And part of it's just because the map itself was not very forgiving. But I had a lot of fun through most of it. And hitting end turn at the end there was a little bit dull because the AI was just taking so long to grab those last cities. But other than that, this was pretty amazing. I had a good time with it. So I hope you guys did as well. I apologize when the commentary got a little slow because nothing was happening in game. Look at those demographics. I am number one in nothing at all. Nothing at all. Ha! Nice manufactured goods there, Portugal, of 1. I'm sure you'll bang out the spaceship by, turn 2000 something or other. Not even with that 1. Yeah, so quite the pathetic showing in basically every category. This has got to be one of my worst tech games ever where I actually wound up winning it, at least in Immortal history for me. I mean, maybe when I was playing Settler or Noble, Monarch, and I didn't know what I was doing yet, I would just win on unit spam. Any cities in the top 5? Nope, of course not. Quite a few kills. I actually killed more cannons than I lost. I lost a lot of rifles, but this is skewed because most of those rifles, or probably like half of them, died to freaking nukes. So annoying. And tac nukes, yeah, I built 83 tac nukes, so I did my fair share at the end of this game. It wasn't like I did nothing, and I had a fair amount of cities. Built 6 cities, burned 2 cities, kept a couple cities. Look at that. Amazing. I am Augustus Caesar with my 40,000 score. I bet that's the lowest score out of anybody who wins militarily, and maybe out of anybody who wins this game, period. But I don't care, because I trolled vassals to the end and won by doing it. And yeah, this is why he has a manufactured goods of 1. That's... yeah, he'd never do anything on that. Even Victoria has more production than that. Barely. When you can see though, the AI really laid into them with nukes, and they even had nukes. Yeah, Julius Caesar's sitting on a couple nukes in this city, so it'd only be a matter of time. Well, this city's been cleared out. It'd only be a matter of time before he took this, because he's modern armor against not very much. Mehmed contributing here. Not a bad game, and yeah, because now I'm in environmentalism that can spread corpse to me, but it doesn't matter because the game is over. And so, give a like if you enjoyed this, viewers. I did way more than I normally would with this kind of game. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. I know I'm not posting as much Civ 4 as I have in the past, but I'm not going to stop it entirely either. So yeah, I'm not going to quit Civ 4. I haven't retired, nothing like that. I want to get more turn-based strategy going with Heroes 5. It's been busy, but I'll see what I can do. And this should be coming out concurrently with Final Fantasy Tactics, although I've not been uploading that consistently. And I think I might have to go back to the Blast upload schedule, where I just make a bunch of recordings when I can. Every now and then I upload a bunch of videos at once, because daily uploads, they're getting to be a little bit problematic, because sometimes I get home late, have to do other things, and I forget, or I'm tired, or I really need to go to bed right away because I have to wake up at 5:30 or even 5 in the morning the next day again. Whereas if I do it the way I used to do it, well, then I can bring quite a few videos from time to time. I'll still try to post pretty frequently, though. Ideally, I'll still post daily. I'll try, but I can't make promises there, so I will just upload a bunch of videos to quote-unquote make up for it when I can. It's not the recording that's all that difficult for the most part. I mean, I have to have time to play and be playing a game I can record. Those two things have to be true. But assuming that, the recording's easy. It's any post-recording work that I have to do, or things like that slow me down a bit. But anyway, I enjoyed this a lot. Hopefully you guys did too, and I will see you in the next series, whatever it is. So until then, the Me and Team signing off.